Welcome back, everybody. This is the Anime Degens BS Hour, the Christmas episode. On this episode, we'll be going through two more segments like we always do. First, we're going to do Santa's List. Bet you guys can guess what that is. But then we're going to do another Degen movie review, this time of Tokyo Godfathers. And please remember, guys, the best way to support us, rate and like the podcast, tell your friends about it. We know you got some anime friends. And if you guys can think of any interesting topics that you would like us to cover, please let us know in the Discord, Twitter, hit us up on the socials at linktree.com/Anime Degens. Now, boys, Tyler, how you doing?
Hey, I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm almost ready to start like singing Christmas carols out here, bro.
Yo, I feel the same way. I mean, we're recording this the 20th right now. Like, I'm so ready. I've been away for like work for so long, it almost didn't feel like Christmas. But now that I'm back, settled in, buying Christmas gifts, like I'm so ready.
You're still buying gifts?
Bro, I got like 3 more gifts to buy tomorrow, but I know exactly where they're at. Going to get them.
You think?
Maybe.
I got to pick up some gift cards for my grandparents, and then I'm done. They're pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
And by that, I mean, my wife did great.
Very good. Yeah, I just got to go get like a train and some gift cards, and that's it.
Oh, a train. Okay.
For a small child. Yeah, like a toy train.
A full-size train.
Yeah, I'm going to get the whole thing. Amtrak, baby.
Okay.
Nice.
No, just
Fancy.
a toy train, boys. Yeah, just a little toy train. But all right, dudes. Y'all ready to get in some news?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I guess I'll go first. Vinland Saga Season 2 actually won Best Anime of 2023 at the IGN Awards. But I don't think we really count IGN as knowing what they're talking about usually, but right?
No,
Absolutely not.
No, IGN doesn't even know video games. So like,
Oof, that's so true.
don't know
That's so
shit.
true.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting in Vinland won though. I guess it's a really good season, right? So
Yeah, season 2 is phenomenal. There were some lulls in it where I thought they could have been condensed a little bit towards the middle of the season, but overall, fantastic. Like,
I saw
for real.
it was a slice of life about 2 guys starting a farm. So that's really exciting.
That's what the whole like 3/4 of it was. It was ridiculous.
I need to watch that soon then, huh?
Yeah, no, it was really good.
The next bit of news we got is Reincarnated as a Slime. Season 3 is going to be consecutive 2-hour and it's going to release in April, which I'm very excited about this. I think it's my favorite isekai out there. One of my favorite shows. So we've been waiting a while for season 3 and here we are. We finally getting it, boys. So
Yeah, I watched the few episodes of that show. I thought it was really good. Just no time, unfortunately. How you guys liking how they come at doing the cowers nowadays instead of just the standalone seasons?
I mean, 2 consecutive cowers is just a season. So like,
Well, would they normally? I mean, are they taking a break in between? That's usually how it
No.
goes, though, right? Oh, it's just 2 consecutive cowers with seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, it's gonna run for 2 cycles.
Seasons.
I guess.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
so it'll be spring and summer, basically. So
cool.
One Piece is getting a reanimation, so that's very exciting. And the name is even more exciting. The One Piece
is
will be
real.
releasing. It is. So the One Piece will be releasing on Netflix. The first arc, shocker here, is going to be the East Blue Saga.
Excellent. Somebody's never going to run out of a job.
Oda's bag is just growing.
I heard somewhere that the original VAs aren't gonna be the VAs for this though because they're too old. Is what the consensus was. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just what I've seen around. So, but
Interesting.
I don't want to hear anybody else voice Zoro.
that's what I'm saying. Like either I don't know if I could stand like Luffy, Monkey D, being voiced by somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know, dude. Hearing Monkey D voiced by somebody else would just be so weird.
It wouldn't be Monkey D.
We gotta stop.
Oh.
We gotta stop.
I wonder which studio is actually gonna like keep this long time though, because they got a track record of like dropping shows and letting Mappa or something take over, right?
I think this is gonna be such a cash cow though. I really do.
Which studio is just gonna print money?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people liked the One Piece live action, and this is like a perfect segue. New animation. I think it's gonna bring a lot more people into One Piece, even non-anime fans. I think it's gonna be great.
I think so.
Yeah. But next we have Chainsaw Man, the Rize arc movie releasing. Very excited. I really enjoyed season 1 of Chainsaw Man. Thought it was a little odd, but I enjoyed it.
I need some more blood and gore. A lot of blood.
I'm just in it for the chainsaws, bro.
Awesome. We also have Kaiju number 8 is going to release on multiple platforms, but one of them is going to be X, aka like we all call it Twitter. So Twitter's getting the first anime, so that's kind of crazy.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work, but
some accounts just going to post the episodes, I guess.
I don't get it. Like Twitter's already flailing and just like losing so much money. Why would you try and add streaming to your portfolio?
They don't know who they are anymore.
Fucking Elon.
Yeah, for real.
I just wonder if you're gonna have to like pay for premium to watch it.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts, and that's just not gonna happen.
I'll watch it on Crunchyroll.
There we go. But next, guys, we have the Demon Slayer movie to be released before season 4 on February 24th in theaters. Guys, I know y'all are excited about this now.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Hashira training arc.
Me too, man. Me too. I think it's going to be really interesting.
And now we got Kenshin season 2 was actually confirmed, and it's going to be coming in 2024. I don't know if we have a date yet, but probably fall or summer again. Probably. So I would assume.
Yeah, probably
it dropped
fall.
On summer this year, so
yeah, I'm thinking fall. Give them guys some time, but we're gonna get the Shishio arc, which is gonna be gas.
The Kyoto arc.
The Kyoto arc. Excuse me, Dan. But yeah, no, it's gonna be gas. Tyler, I think you're gonna like it a lot. Just stepping up the stakes.
Hell yeah, I love that. Love to hear it.
Awesome. Well, you guys want to get into our first segment?
Yes, sir.
So, it coming up on Christmas and the holiday season, we decided to put on our Santa hats, break out our feather pens, and get working on a little naughty and nice list for you guys. So, this is from animes that we have watched as a podcast. There are many, 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 many other characters that could fall onto this list, but we decided to keep it degenerate and stick to what we've covered. So, who wants to get us into our first member of the naughty list?
I got this. I feel very strongly about this, asshole. Low tier naughty, well, high tier naughty in my book. But Ame, the son from Wolf Children. This was a great film, by the way, but just to start you off with like his most horrendous deed, I thought. So he goes off in the woods, goes full wolf, goes off into the woods during a monsoon. His mom goes looking for him, afraid it's a monsoon. Gets chased by a bear, falls off a cliff. And what does this prick do? Gets his mother out of the woods and leaves her in a parking lot, unconscious in the rain. It's your mom, brother. It's your mom. And goes back to the woods. Couldn't even take her to the house. So that's off the wall right there. Especially with how good a mom she was. Maybe if she was a deadbeat mom, like, y'all feeling me on this? Like, what's up?
Yeah, this was pretty, wait for it, wild of him.
Brother was off his rocker.
Yeah, Ame was a shithead, dude.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes it much more worse is he was such a good kid in the beginning.
Yeah.
compared to his sister. And then he just went off the deep end when he started hanging around old Foxy or whatever.
Yeah, old
dude.
Fox Daddy. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
skipping school. He's probably doing drugs up in the mountain with an old fox, like
Catnip.
You know they had the mushrooms up there. It was crazy.
catnip.
But yeah, no, terrible son. But he follows this up maybe 20 minutes later in the movie with just leaving for the woods and not saying goodbye to his mom. They made it sound like try to make it look like he was being like symbolic, where he just went to the top of the mountain and like howled at his mother.
It's like saying goodbye, right?
Bro, you can't. This woman moved out to the country for you, started a whole new life, and you can't even say goodbye with your mouth and hug her. Unbelievable.
She hold that ground, bro, broke her back just so you could have something to eat. Like, damn.
Right. Started farming.
Yeah.
She ain't even have that in her. And like, and the kicker is like, he doesn't even visit. Every once in a while, he'll howl at the moon to let her know she's out there. He's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
So I have this is a little bit of a tangent here, but is the art of using a hoe called hoeing?
That's what I call.
Tyler just said.
That's what I've always called it.
Yeah, it is hoeing, right?
She was hoeing, and I was like, wait.
No, she wasn't hoeing. She was just hoeing. I didn't even
that's
hear
what I've
that.
always
Yeah.
called it, bro. So I don't know, man.
Oh man,
You gotta look that one up in the dictionary.
Well, it's like raking, shoveling. You're doing
You're
what
hoeing.
the tool is, hoeing. So
I'm looking this up right now.
Would it be tilling?
no, that's if you got a tiller.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a rototiller.
Yeah, like if you got like a tractor
Yeah,
tiller
to
or
hoe.
like a hand tiller,
Hoeing, hoed. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Out here hoeing, bro.
We could make a great remake of this where instead of moving out to the countryside, she just becomes a hooker.
Oh my god, that poor mother.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Being a single mother is tough. Yeah.
Key
We're-
plot changes, same description.
Hey, we actually seen that in Dororo, right?
Yeah, we did see some serious hoeing in Dororo. Very sad. Very, very sad. But the real kicker that what made me hate him even more is like the film tried to like portray him as being like dutiful to the forest critters. Bro's got a whole mom. Go check on your mom, bro. Like you're on the naughty list, like 100%. You're not a good kid.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
like at least kill some animals and like deliver her some nice steaks every now and then or something, Like I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. There's deer out there. Go kill a deer, bro. Tripping.
Well, you guys want to get on to the next member of the naughty list?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
So Bass is gonna have a little more input on this one than I am because I've only watched about 6 episodes. But next we have Tanya Degurishov from Saga of Tanya the Evil. And folks, evil is literally in her name of the title of the anime, so we know she's a bad bitch.
Yes.
We know she's naughty, and her nickname is even the Devil of the Rhine. Going through like watching her train her troops, she literally almost killed all of them. Like she don't give a fuck about anybody but herself.
Yeah, no, she was trying to bring them to the brink of death by throwing shells at them. That was awesome.
Sounds a little naughty,
Yes, yes,
just a little bit.
So I have a thing about this. So this chick is so bad. Her personality and stuff is so bad and stuff. I
Mhm.
think that her being labeled naughty and on the naughty list is actually nice for her, right?
Well, there's no.
If we had a worse list, we would put her on it.
We put a lot of these. Well, not Ame. Ame's just a dick.
Yeah, no, he can go on the straight naughty list, but Tanya, a ghoul, an absolute ghoul.
Yeah, 3 of the 5 should go on the evil list.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, just to remind some people, especially people that haven't seen Tanya, the evil, she also some juniors of hers in the army disagree with her one time and talk back to her. She sent him to the front lines in a bunker because she knew it was going to get shelled. Her own people.
Respect.
You shouldn't have shit talked, bro.
Hell no, dude. She, I think she even killed a kid or a group of refugees, so they couldn't do anything to the nation 20 years later.
Hey, yo, talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. Preemptive bombing of children and women is crazy.
Better safe than sorry, I guess.
That's what she said. That's what she said, bro.
This is wild.
My God, dude. And the worst part of this is like she just looks like an adorable little child.
That's my favorite part about all of this.
What a ruthless bitch.
Yes.
Hey, but she low key getting shit on in that world though. After she died by the train or whatever,
Train
right?
tune.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
she also talks
maybe
shit
she's
to
getting
God.
paid back to it, you know?
I don't know, man. She's kind of thriving, like low key. She's doing a good job. She's a war hero. Y'all got anything else for Tanya, the evil?
No, she fits
Naughty.
perfectly.
Naughty.
Stamp that.
I guess the next one we got is Gonzo Kasugi. And if that name doesn't sound familiar, it's actually Akira's boss from Zom 100. And I'm not sure if we ever heard his name. I think he was always mentioned as just Akira's boss or something like that, right?
I think they called him Kazugi like a couple of times,
okay.
but mostly just boss.
Yeah. But this is a definition of just a shitty ass boss, bro. Like, there's no way I would work in any way, shape, or form with him over me, because he had Akira out here working like infinite shifts, triple, double, like he wasn't going home. Was banging someone on his team in his office.
Nice.
That was not management approved.
Yeah, especially since it was Akira's crush, I guess you could say. So
yeah, that was a crazy scene. I remember that. Oh my God.
Just calls her and you just hear like freaking moaning. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I did not see that coming out of Zom 100.
Especially since like the studio that they're making fun of literally animates Pokemon, which is like kids show. And they're just railing people.
They know some things that we don't. But
maybe
yeah,
that's where they got Professor Oak from, you know?
Yeah, maybe Ash's dad is actually just Kosugi.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, he also like started that like pseudo slavery compound with him and his goons.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and they're in their baseball uniforms. Fucking nerd.
Yeah, that was weird as shit. But yeah, he pretty much guilting people into being serfs is the word I have for it in this case. Indentured servants, I would say. Just a bad guy. Terrible individual.
You know, Dan said 3 out of 5 on this list deserves to be on the other list, but I think this dude needs to be on that list too. So
I don't think Kosugi is at the level of the 3 that we're talking about on the evil list.
If he had more resources, he would be.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if he was like a mass murderer or something along those lines, we could add to it. But he's not.
I mean, he was working them people to death.
If he could, he would. Trust me. I have no doubt.
So, Dan, you want to get us into the next one?
Yeah, I can get us into the next one. So next we have Ryomen Sukuna from JJK. And the King of Curses is a pretty naughty guy. He has no morals. He will kill anybody on sight for no reason at all. He enjoys it. He don't give a fuck. Little slice action. And he decimated all of Shibuya while basically just playing with his prey. There's no telling how many sorcerers and people he's killed in the past, but the body count from Shibuya is easily in the thousands.
On-screen body count. That's nuts. Yeah.
Way
homie,
up there.
Homie took down a plane. Actually.
Just to throw it at somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was wild. 100%.
I really do like Sukuna though as a character because he's just there to have a good time. His version of a good time. It's not fun for anybody else, obviously, but he's just like fighting shit for fun.
Yeah, he's got a lot of that Black Air Force energy flowing through his veins.
Yes, he's got a few pair. We knew that.
Yeah, the few times that like really went out of their way was the meteor. That was really fun. That definitely put him on a naughty list. I think back in the beginning when he was playing with Itadori's heart, that was a fun time too. So, I mean, he just don't give a shit. Like he's just out here to just cause mayhem. So
Yeah, and it's just always a good time when he's on screen though. Because like you know shit's just gonna go sideways.
And speaking of Sukuna, I was gonna put his host Itadori on the good list until last episode. And well, the dog is out in our boys, so I don't know where he fits right now.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the middle at the moment. But cool. We'll get into this last one here then. Is Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. So the genocide. Genocide.
The most importantly, genocide.
Yes. It doesn't matter if you're trying to help your friends or your nation or your people committing genocide, especially of the whole world, except for your people.
Hey, 80%, no big deal.
He was going for a hundo.
Is that even technically like genocide at this point? Because it wasn't very targeted. It was just extinction.
It is. I think it has to be genocide because it was based on everybody but his people. Mass extinction.
Annihilation.
It was an extinction event.
Yeah. Dinosaurs, bro.
This shit was a meteor.
Imagine your son's getting born and the nurse goes, "Oh, look, it's a disaster."
Look, Titans.
Yes,
as far as the eye can see.
Damn.
Yeah, no, and he also beat the shit out of his friends and told Mikasa to fuck off, and that he always hated her.
Yeah, dude.
That alone.
Watching him beat up Armin hurt. Like it physically broke my heart. I was like, that's your boy, dude.
Right. And like nobody's hands are clean in this show, obviously. But like he's like probably the nicest person in the show.
Hey,
Easily.
Armin got a little bit of payback with the punch that changed the world. Right?
I think so. He got a hit in. Got his leg back.
That cheekbone was messed up for a while.
Yes.
You're right. And I have an honorable mention for the naughty list, and it is the lewdest character of this season. Everybody knows her. Everybody loves her, and it's Frieren. That girl lewd as fuck.
You're ridiculous.
She's on the naughty list for sure.
Blowing kisses. What are you doing, Frieren?
That's some naughty shit, dude. Especially with the pace of that show. There's been nothing really naughty except for maybe, a demon having like an army of enslaved souls, whatever,
Aurora the Guillotine was on one, for real.
Wait. She literally told Aura to kill herself, bro. Like
and she did.
That is pretty naughty.
In this country, you go to jail for that.
That's bullying.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty naughty. She tried to give old Stark clothes, potion to remove clothes, right, for his birthday.
That's true.
She is naughty.
No, for real. I forgot about that.
She's a little dirty girl.
No, for real. That was wild. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, she's definitely on the naughty list. So.
Yes. So, guys, that is our 6 people on our naughty list. Like Dan said, there's a ton more we could have put on here, but we ain't got that kind of time.
Well, awesome. Who wants to get us started on the nice list?
I'll run it first. Oh, go ahead, Tyler. You got it.
Oh, okay. I was Tanjiro. Tanjiro's the first one on the nice list for us. He's from Demon Slayer, obviously. If y'all are living under a rock, I guess. In case you don't know, this is he's the embodiment of kindness. Reflects on the lives of demons, who's killed so many. He still thinks about them, as he's killing them. So it's awful nice.
I can't imagine, like, if I was in his shoes being like, oh man, I'm so sorry I have to kill you right now. I know you have a troubled past. I know your sad backstory that takes half of an episode is tragic. I'd be out there like, hell nah, bro. You fucking killed so many people. Catch this blade, dog.
Yeah, no, for real. I'd be going hard on them, talking shit while they evaporating.
Be out here sun breathing. Catch these hands, motherfucker.
Hold this blade with your neck.
Be kicking around their head as they're evaporating. Yeah, the whole nine. But yeah, it's crazy that he can still be that nice. I love how he also has a problem like lying to people, even people he cares about, like little white lies, like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. But he'll like twist his face up and like just can't say it with a straight face. Like, it's okay.
Oh, dude, don't even forget during like the Mugen Train arc, we saw this man's soul, and it was like so pure, it would make a child cry. Like, it was literally the most serene, like, landscape you'll ever see. There's not an ounce of naughty in this man.
No, just a clear blue skies and clear seas. Yeah. Did it not make that kid cry that was in his consciousness? I thought it did. It did make a child cry. Yes.
It was so beautiful, yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but instead of seeing Tanjiro, so I want to see Toto, so imagine how hard that goes if his imagination goes hard.
Dude, it would just be like idols. It'd be like idols everywhere. And it would just be like him.
Ass. I mean, just ass.
I got it. It would be a beachside idol concert. And nobody but Toto, Itadori, and like 47 J-Law ass is just bouncing.
Just the ass. Just the ass.
That would make a child cry too. That is pure.
I would cry.
I would. Tears of happiness.
Yes, tears of happiness.
Fuck, man. J-Law, that many of them? Sheesh.
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
Well, awesome. Who's gonna get on to the next one?
I'll do the next one, dude.
I gotta leave for 5 minutes. I'm just like picturing J-Law's ass everywhere, and I'll be right back, guys.
We all spaced out on that one.
Hey, it's Christmas. We gotta give the gifts, So we gotta give the people the gifts.
Definitely, man.
Yes, sir. But our next person on our nice list is gonna be Kazuki. The blonde-haired father from Buddy Daddies. First of all, dude's a bro. Dude's a straight bro. He's a assassin alongside Ray. Maybe it shouldn't be on the nice list. He's a good dude though. He would come over and clean Ray's house because he wouldn't do it for himself. He would also cook meals for his boy, so he wouldn't be eating frozen food all the time. The thing that puts him on the nice list for me though is like taking in a random child off the street from one of your missions and actually being a good dad. Put the girl in school. It's crazy.
But he wouldn't take in the damn cat.
That's true. He wouldn't take in Ray's cat. Okay.
If it was a puppy, I would put Ray on or Kazuki on the naughty list.
This is a cat. I would have done the same damn thing.
You know what? Cats are
what?
Tough.
Yeah, no,
Cats
they really are
tough.
though.
Cats can live on the streets. But a box of puppies would have me like bawling my eyes out.
Yeah. No, cats can really thrive out on the outside. But yeah, he was even like saving money up for his sister-in-law because he felt bad about it. I guess it was his wife died in the past. Just a great guy. Just a great guy. Was very caring to all the people around him. Always had Miri in mind, and we love Miri here. We love not baby daddies, buddy daddies.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of baby daddies we probably would put on the naughty list.
Yeah, we probably don't fuck with all the baby daddies. Sorry if you're a baby daddy, but you heard it here. But yeah, no, I thought Kazuki was a great character and a great show, but also a good dude.
Definitely, man.
I wish I had me a Kazuki to fix me some quality food instead of Hot Pockets. So
Bro,
You guys heard it here first. Tyler is looking for a domestic partner.
a baddie daddy.
Ooh.
Hey.
You know,
But
like you could
no
just get a
Mary.
cookbook
I don't need a
too.
Mary.
He said for him. He said for him.
You could just get a cookbook too and learn how to do a little cooking action. You could get the Sanji cookbook.
Maybe that's what I'll get for Christmas, bro. The Sanji cookbook. Learn how to cook with milk, you know? So
With milk? What? You could have said anything else, bro.
Like,
dude, TikTok has ruined my head, bro.
oh, you're talking
Yeah, Chris.
TikTok
TikTok
is
has
Emmy
ruined my
milk,
head.
and this is Nami's milk.
What is going on TikTok? Actually, I don't want to know. I'm
Cooking
good.
with I gotta find some cooking with Sanji to send you. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my
It's
God.
one of my favorite segments. You be cooking with everybody. Is cooking with Sanji segments, and
Yeah.
it's good.
Please drop that in the Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Definitely. All right. So next we have another anime character who I don't think has a evil bone in his body. He is the nicest person in My Hero Academia, and it is none other than Deku. Azuku Midoriya. Crybaby Deko's just way too fucking nice, man. I don't know what else to tell you. He is just the nicest guy. Like, he cares so much about his friends, so much that he left his school to go do hood vigilante shit, which was awesome. Dark Deku is like the peak of spring. And he just wants to be a hero for everybody. And that's got to put you on the nice list, right?
Yeah, no, he really is that guy. It baffles me. He even like is wanting to save like the main villain. He's like, there's a crying child in him. I can feel it, bro. Like he's trying to take over the world. Like, relax.
He's trying to kill you.
We're gonna get a Tanjiro moment from Deku when he finally defeats Shigaraki. It's gonna happen. He's gonna be like, Detroit Smash, I'm so sorry about your family. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just fucking smoke him.
That's exactly how that's gonna happen. I guarantee it.
Well, I guess we'll find out in
Spring.
May, April, May, something like that.
It's spring, right?
Is it?
Spring.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Spring 2024, baby.
I think we talked about it probably in the intro, and I already forgot.
Nah, that's old news.
Okay, good. I guess the next one is if we don't have anything else for Crybaby Hero, do we?
Nah. Fuck
No,
his
I think
kids,
that's
but that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So the next one we get to is reborn as a vending machine, Boxo. Boxo himself. He's the best. He's the bestest boy. He died trying to protect what he actually loved, vending machines, obviously, since he is one.
That's
Don't
so
know how
pure.
you can protect that, but he did. So
That was the most bizarre opening for an anime. One of the most bizarre that I've seen.
Death by falling off cliff, clinging to vending machine. Yeah, that's a little out there.
Yeah, that poor vending machine. I have to save it. Really, bro? Do you have to save it?
he had to, bro. He
Like,
had to.
Here's my thing with that, though, right? Even if you are grasping onto that vending machine for dear life, it's still gonna get fucking dented up. Like, it careened off a fucking cliff. Like, you ain't doing shit to save it, bro.
Look, man. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. I don't feel
It's
like it.
about the trying. He tried his best, and even though his best wasn't enough, he still tried.
True. I know who put this next one on the list, but he gave condoms to the fantasy world, which is honestly probably the best thing he could have done.
Dude, that's the kind of shit like you do for third world countries where everybody's dying of STDs. Like, this man is a hero. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong, but damn.
The UN is out there just dropping care packages of Trojans for everybody to get their fucking game on.
They won't stop fucking.
You heard it here first.
Oh man, no, that was actually really, really good of him. I think he was charging, but like I don't even really care like that.
I mean, he's like a Santa Claus at this point, right? Giving the gift of condoms.
I mean, first one's always free, buddy. Check these bad boys out.
Dad's selling condoms like they're crack. Okay.
Yeah.
But Dan, recover, brother, recover. But yeah, he's
also
just
a nice guy.
I was about to say he's generally just a nice dude, though. He protects Lamis.
I'd protect Lamis. You seen her? Damn, girl.
He protects a lot more than just Lamis. And Lamis is just his best old friendo.
True.
He protects. Does he protect the great value Zoro? Because all I can think of when I hear that guy talk is Zoro.
He does, actually. From the Frog King or whatever the hell
That
it is.
right.
Toad King.
Yeah.
So,
Did you finish the season out, Tyler?
Yeah, I finished it.
Was there anything in this show nicer than giving people condoms?
I can't remember what he did, but he went to a dungeon or whatever that had like a lot of like, I think it was some like orphan kids or
Did he
something
give
like
them
that. And he
condoms?
gave, no, he didn't give them condoms.
He's like, hey, yo, orphans, you guys don't have parents, but with these, you won't have to be one either.
Hey, yo.
No, I think he give them like
You
like
can
a
put me
lot
on
of
the naughty list.
free food and shit. So I maybe some toys. I don't know. I forget. It was a pretty touching moment though.
That's
pretty,
awesome.
Pretty fun.
Can Boxo turn into a claw machine now?
I don't know if he did, but I'm assuming he could, you know?
Okay, so my only question about Boxo, there are vending machines in Japan where you can buy panties for perverts. Does he turn into one of those?
I mean, he could, I guess, if he
So
knows about it.
Okay. They didn't
he doesn't.
They didn't go to the dark side of vending machines. Good to know.
That's good.
Wait.
That's very good.
He did y'all see where he started handing out the porno mags?
Oh,
yes,
excellent.
I think so. I think that came along with the condoms because they were trying to get people to stop like banging all the
No,
time.
this was different because there was this bunch of like this group of guys that was gonna try to take advantage of a girl, and he
gave them.
He changed himself into
porno
mags and gave them free copies. That way they could go relieve themselves without forcing themselves onto the chick. So
even fucking nicer, man.
Yeah.
He's giving out condoms and he's stopping sexual assault.
Yes.
Boxo is a hero.
He is a true hero. A true legend, bro.
Wow. All right, guys. You guys ready for number 5?
Yes,
Yeah.
All right. We got Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D.
Monkey D.
Monkey D's nuts.
Yes. Freeing people to eat wherever he goes. Freeing whole countries, guys. I think he's like the ultimate nice guy, honestly.
Yeah.
Doesn't have an evil bone in his
pirate,
body.
You know, even though he's a pirate and he's basically on the naughty list, technically, I guess, for his world, he still he deserves to be on the nice list. So who else is gonna go fight a war for you just so you can eat a bowl of damn
red bean soup?
Yeah, bean soup, bro. So,
Nobody's got your back like that, really.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pirate, but he's taking down a corrupt government and defeating actual bad pirates. Like, you know, if we got Kazuki, who's a literal assassin, on here, we can put Luffy on here.
Hey, man, that guy's got to eat. But yeah, Luffy definitely. You can get this man to fight a war for you by giving him a ham sandwich. Like, real good dude. Real good dude.
You don't even have to give him bread. You just give him a stick of meat and he's good to go.
Yeah.
That's true.
Chicken
Pretty
leg.
much anything. Pretty much anything.
I could literally throw Luffy a Slim Jim and he would go topple a government for me. Like, it's that easy.
Yes, good dude. Has a good sense of morals and a character in other people too. I love that about him.
Yeah, he would literally go through hell and back just for his friends. So, yeah. So
And he's a
great guy.
bro. Yes, sir.
If you haven't watched Goat Piece yet, this is our I guess weekly time to say you should be watching One Piece.
Don't let the 1,000 and change episodes scare you. It's worth it.
We don't got to worry about that coming up.
Yeah,
true. You can start fresh. Start fresh with that remake. But guys, we have an honorable mention here. Tao Ukigawa. This is the best friend from Insomniac's After Dark, the ultimate wingman. His bro. School.
Yeah.
And Insomniac's After School. Naturally, it's After Dark. But he just wants to see his boy Nakami succeed, bro. No player hating. He just sets his bro up with the girl, and he gets up out of the way every single time. Even if it involves him doing more work, he pulls up for the astronomy club whenever he can. Just a 12 out of 10 homeboy. If you have a friend like Ukigawa, you got a good life, period.
Yeah, and I cannot think of a single ulterior motive for this guy.
Just a flat out good man.
Yeah, great wingman.
True.
He's awesome, bro. Solid. I think he even pays for their shit sometimes because he works his job or whatever, right?
Yeah, that is right. He did give them some funds, but like especially at that age, like you early in high school, late middle school, it's a lot of player hating going on. A lot of player hate, but we don't see that from Ukigawa at all. So,
and I think every character in that show should be on the nice list, except for that one chick whose name I can't remember.
She who will not be named.
Kanikawa,
yes.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Debbie Downer. Yeah, no, she was terrible. She had a main character syndrome. She was a side character. Trash. Boys, anything else?
No, I think that's it. That's a pretty solid naughty and nice list.
Yes, sir.
I had somebody else for the nice list, but we didn't watch it as a team, so I can't put it on there.
Okay.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Kanata Rivington from MF Ghost is too nice.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I got no comments.
Yeah. You should watch. You like cars. You like cars. You should watch it.
Okay, I got an appreciation for some cars.
I mean, dude, drifting and racing down hills. I'm in.
That's fun. That's 100% fun.
Well, awesome. You want to get us into Tokyo Godfathers, my good dude?
Yes, sir. This is your Degen movie review of Tokyo Godfathers. It's the 2003 movie directed by Satoshi Kon and produced by Madhouse. So, guys, in this film, 3 homeless individuals find a sweet baby girl while scavenging the streets of Tokyo. Then, in their determination to find the baby's parents, they get taken on a wild but heartwarming journey that uncovers their past and strengthens the bond between them. This was a very touching movie for me. And how we're going to break this down for you guys, we're kind of changing up the format here. We've done it once before, but we're going to do our main review like we normally do. No spoilers. Then we're going to have a separate section with spoilers at the end. So be warned once we'll announce it. But after that, if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Come back, listen to it, because we're going to get into it. All right, boys. Yes, sir. Deep dives. But guys, I always want to talk about the opening scene. Can't really spoil things 2 minutes into the show. But the nativity scene and the food line with Hana and Gin. And then we also see Miyuki spitting on people from the top of a building. Like, what was your impressions of these people, like, right off rip?
I was really confused when this first started, but first off, Silent Night in Japanese fucking slaps. That was a banger. That was a banger.
It really did.
That was a banger.
It really was.
I was sitting there in my head going, Silent Night. And then they would keep talking for like 30 seconds after, and then they would go to the next one. I was like, oh shit, Japanese is a long language.
Yeah. What about you, Tyler? Any first impressions?
Well, I thought it was funny when Miyuki was just like looking over the side, like spitting and stuff like that. I feel like we've all done that at some point, except not on people, obviously. But it was always fun, to, like spit over the side of like a car garage or something, and just watch it go,
Yeah, like drop something off. Yeah.
It's fun to see that.
I thought she was a straight psychopath because not only was she spitting on people, she had like a little count of how many people she spat on. It was like 20 something people. Like it was a little nuts.
And she wasn't just spitting; like she was hawking fucking loogies. Like she was like
building them. She was building them things up. Yeah,
she's getting that mucus up the drop.
Then I think she even said something like she probably deserved it or something like that, or they probably deserved it.
Yeah. That's what was really like psychopathic right there. Like you're just spitting on random people and tell them they deserve it. That's crazy.
Poor guys down there.
Yeah, it also reminded me of my time hanging out in Manhattan, where they have all like the AC units, and if you feel something drip over on your head, you just don't look up. You assume it's an AC unit. Yeah.
You just hope it is anyway.
Yeah, like you don't look up to find out. You just keep walking. So that reminded me of that, and I was like, that could have been me down there. Like this girl's crazy.
Like just don't reach up either, and touch it either,
Yeah, but to get a little bit more into the actual show, I don't know if you guys knew it, but this movie was actually redubbed to be, I'm going to say, quote unquote, like modern or a little bit more PC. And
they made a woke version of this.
So what they did, they pretty much.
Oh, I definitely did not watch the woke version.
Yeah, they made it gentler. So.
They made it much more gentle.
And not 100% PC, but they did make it gentler because I did watch like 15 minutes of the subbed. So
yeah, and so the reason they decided to do that is because in Japan there's really kind of just one word for like non-straight men, and the direct translation is a slur for us. So they just decided to remake that those portions of it. Completely new cast, at least for Hana. But did you guys actually just watch the sub, like the OG sub?
So I watched the OG sub, and I was taken aback for a bit there, and I was like, you know what? It was 2003. I thought this came out in like 1995. Like the animation was not very good.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah,
it definitely had a much older feel than 2003. It had like a 90s feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of was like, okay, it's the times. They're dropping some pretty hard slurs for gay people. Like, I'm just gonna look past it.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
Like I said, I watched like 15 minutes of the subbed, and then I found the dubbed and started watching it. And I felt like the dubbed was like really good too. I just watched that instead. But the subbed was good too. It's just the subtitles was very derogatory sometimes.
Yes, they said a lot of things I would never utter. But yeah, I watched the sub, and then I also watched like the new dub, and there was a very big difference. I thought they did a good job because the dub was actually really good too. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that because you don't see that a lot.
Yeah, like I said, the dubbed, like they didn't make it like good, but it was at least better than what the subbed was. They were still being offensive. Gen was still being offensive to Hana, but it was just softer, I guess.
True. So. And I mean, while we're on the topic, we don't normally go into subjects like this on this show. We just mostly just talk about anime, bullshit with my friends here. But how did you guys like think they did the portrayal of Hana as like a trans woman? Like I thought it was pretty solid actually.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job. So as you guys know, I've been watching Gintama, and there is a whole group of trans women in it. Mm-hmm. And she really reminded me of those characters. And I was like, damn, these trans host hostess bars must just be a thing in Japan, you know? Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're a thing here too, Ben. They're out
Yeah.
there. I think Tyler had mentioned at one time, like he knows he has a friend that likes going to those. I knew several people growing up that like going to them. I've even been to one. Actually,
Yeah.
very fun places. Like I'm not
Well,
even gonna cap on with you. It's very fun there. They have a good time.
when you don't really like, I guess, think about that kind of stuff, or like seek it out, you're not
Right.
really gonna find it. But it's there. Like it's really like it's not really called like trans bars or
No,
whatever.
it's a drag show at a
Yeah,
bar.
it's like drag shows.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere. Like it's really
They
popular
really are.
here. Like once I had a friend, they wanted me to go with them, and I sadly never went. I always heard it was a fun time, So, but
True.
like they're
Yeah.
everywhere. So like
It was
you just
a
gotta look
a
for 'em.
younger me too. So it took some convincing, but they like kept going, and I was like, I just need to see what's going on. Like, nah, I'm just curious. They've been going like every weekend for 2 months. Like, what the fuck is going on? But very fun, very fun. Did you notice that like Hana gave us a few haikus throughout the
Yeah,
show?
I did.
Did y'all like how those were sprinkled in? She was kind of cold with the bars.
It just felt like, yeah, she was cold with the bars, but like it just felt out of place. Like we'd have like some very like important scene happen, and then you just hear 5 lines. Like you'd hear a haiku, and I'm like, what's this doing here? You know, like
No, it definitely did feel like that. I think she did it 3 times. The first one, I was like, okay, that was weird. And they did it again, and I was like, I'm starting to like this. And the
But
last one, I was like, okay, she just got bars. I understand.
at
Sometimes
least
you got to rap.
Yeah, at least she announced them though. At least like she just wasn't splurting them out and hoping you would understand that it was haikus. So
Yeah, she was like, oh, a haiku.
that 3-5-3 poetry, baby.
Yeah, no, she was really working with it. But speaking of the characters, did you guys like have any like favorite characters or just even randos that like that they saw and met with?
I really enjoyed Hana.
She
I
was my
like
favorite too.
I
Yeah.
like the over exaggerated like drag queen type get up. It made the show. If it wasn't if Hana wasn't in it, I don't think the show would have been as interesting as it was when we watched it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was
could definitely agree with that.
it was a hard carry by Hana in this one.
I was waiting for her. Like she looks like a fortune teller. I was waiting for a ball to come out at least once, dude. Like she had the headgear on. Like
No,
this
for
lady's gonna
real.
pull out a magic ball coming up.
No, for real. And she was like entertaining, like start to finish. Um, I think my only other one that I thought I really liked was Mother. Like she seemed very caring, and that was really cool. I actually really liked her too.
I mean that's who Hana learned from. That's basically the OG Hana. So
True. And any characters you guys like didn't like or anything like that?
The only one I didn't like was what was her name? Nachiko?
Yeah,
Sachiko.
yeah, Sachiko. Yeah, just a bad person.
Just a bad
Psychopath.
person.
Crazy. I feel bad for her too, but like at the same time, can't be acting crazy like that.
I didn't care for the boyfriend, husband, or whatever. Dude,
Also a bum.
Yeah,
Not literally a bum, but like a bum.
I was like,
That
damn,
family
okay.
sucked. Those two sucked.
Yeah, they deserved each other.
Yeah. I think for me, honestly, I think like I really liked Degen as a character.
Hell yeah.
Slurs aside, I think he was the best representation of somebody who is down on their luck and homeless. Like
Yes.
that, he was the most realistic, like fall into despair. Like he was an alcoholic, like
Gambler.
Gambler. He like lied all the time to make people feel sorry for him. Like that's the shit you see from homeless people. And but it was cool to see kind of him flip it around.
Yeah, he started pulling it together, putting the pieces together a little bit, which was really, really good to see. Yeah, I think Gen. I didn't really like Miyuki very much. But she was more like meh. It wasn't like a strong dislike. It's just kind of like she was just kind of there. Um, without getting into the plot because we're not on our spoiler section yet, I definitely like want to ask you guys, what did you think like the theme of this was? Like, what did this make you think about? What did you see in it?
Yeah, I mean, two things really shined for me theme wise in this movie, and it was family and then coincidence. Because we saw the characters, start down their luck, and through just like happenstance, like total coincidences, they just kind of realigned with their family and like started working towards being a better person throughout the movie. All thanks to this random baby Kyoko they found in the trash.
True. Um, I can go along with that too. I'm gonna take it a step further past coincidence, but I'm still pretty aligned with you. I'd say like redemption. It seemed like everybody in this movie was like on their redemption arc, and it was pretty cool to see.
I just want to mention Vin Diesel real quick.
Vin
When
Diesel.
you're here, your family.
Okay.
I did not see a single Corona in this movie, and they missed the mark for me. 0 out of 10. I needed a Corona for my boy Gen.
Oh shoot.
No, for me, I definitely think it was something about like finding like what family is, and stuff
Mhm.
like that, because there was a lot of like family, the exploring families and stuff like that in this. Also, I think there was like Dan said, coincidences, Christmas miracles, you might call it, type thing. A lot of luck happening around the baby. So
Yeah, they literally found baby Jesus in the
yeah.
trash with the shit that was going on.
So it has to be somewhere around there. That's what I took out of it. I don't think
Okay.
it was like a too complex show. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah. And like we obviously watched this for our fucking Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Was this a Christmas movie, bro? Like what was up with this? Would you consider this a Christmas movie?
I would not like. So I have my Christmas movies I watch every year.
Yes, sir.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Grinch, like
Naturally.
the classics. Like
Mhm.
Christmas Story. This is not going to fall into that category for me. This was just a movie that took place in the holiday season.
Like Die Hard, right?
No, Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Bro,
I watch
what?
that
No.
I watch it. I
Bro,
watch it
what?
every.
No.
I
How
watch
is
it
it a
every
Christmas?
because I watch it every Christmas.
That's not.
This is what's going to be on the poll for Spotify this week. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
It's not. It's not.
Dude, have you seen the Die Hard advent calendar? It's not an advent calendar, but basically it's got fucking Hans Luger like falling off the tower, and he just falls a little bit every day and hits the ground on the 24th.
That doesn't
don't-
make it a
you don't
Christmas
get-
movie.
You don't get more Christmas than that, dude. A countdown.
That's not even about the movie. Like, what? Come on, bro. Don't do me like that.
I'm just memeing.
I mean, I feel like this is definitely Christmas vibes, just because like the whole time it was snowy and all that stuff.
Mhm.
You had like the Silent Night. You had the
You get a nativity
the Christmas
scene.
miracles, you can call them. Like just all that stuff. Like it was definitely Christmassy, but not Christmassy.
Yeah,
If
I
that
don't
makes
think
sense.
the plot didn't revolve around Christmas.
Okay.
Like it just happened at Christmas. It's kind of like if this was like a Hallmark movie where, Miyuki went to some small town where her family had a Christmas tree farm and she fell in love with some guy. Like that'd be a Christmas movie. That's not what we got.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's how I feel as well. Let's close this section out, the non-spoiler section out with one, would you advise somebody watch this? Would you recommend it to your friends? And then two, y'all give me your ratings now.
I think that I think it was a pretty fun, interesting watch. I think that if I did recommend someone to watch it, I would recommend them to watch it in dubbed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but although like there's one thing that I really didn't like, and it probably goes in this little review thing, is the sound. The sound was so jacked up, I thought. Like the music and stuff like that the sound effects and music was so much louder than the dialogue. And I had to keep on turning the volume up and down just to hear them talk, or because it was too loud, during some moments where stuff was happening.
That might be a dub only thing because I didn't notice that at all in the subbed.
Well,
No, I
I
think
only
you're
watched.
actually right. I had to go sell the high seas allegedly, but that might have had something to do with it too for me because I had that same problem, Tyler, for the dub. But the sub I watched on YouTube and it was straight.
Yeah, like the music would pop up like in some
It'd be
scenes, and it would
loud.
be deafening. But
Yeah,
it would only be deafening because you had to literally have the TV turned up to hear them talking, because it sounded like they was mumbling at times.
agreed.
Um, so I just feel like the audio leveling wasn't there. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how the sub went. I only watched 10 minutes of it, but the silent night and the sub was way louder than them talking in the food line. So I just assumed that it was the same. You know what I mean? So,
Okay. Yeah, I also watched the sub on a different TV with different audio, so that might have had something to do with it. But yeah, I
yeah.
definitely noticed that too.
But other than that, like, this is a fun, interesting story. Definitely, I feel like the dubbed is way better as far as today's standard goes. Um, I would probably give this like a low 7, probably.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So
And I guess I'll go next. We'll close out with Dan on this section. Yeah, I thought it was very heartwarming. I would definitely recommend somebody watch the dub because of the slurs in the sub is a little ridiculous. It catches you off guard with how otherwise wholesome this this is. I really liked a lot of the moments, and then we got to explore the characters and their backstories. That was really cool, very heartwarming, um, and well thought out. I thought, as far as the writing, very very good, well directed. You could tell. So I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna do like a mid 7, mid to low 7, like a 7.4, 7.3, something like that.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a lot of sentiment you guys have. I did not check out the dubbed, so I don't know. I thought the sub voice acting was really good, and I kind of got past the slurs pretty quickly. I just put it. Thing of the times, Gin is a middle-aged alcoholic, homeless person, so he's gonna say some raunchy shit. Just kind of where I said, I was like, all right, whatever. Let's move on from that, so I can actually pay attention to the story. I don't know if I'd recommend it to someone just
Okay.
because, like, it was good, but it was okay. Like, it was an okay movie. I think the other movie we've seen from Satoshi Kon was way more like of a mind fuck. And I thought we were going to be getting a little more going on in that side based on his previous works we've watched.
I was hoping we weren't. I was very happy.
Fair enough. And I mean, I've seen Paprika too, and that movie's nuts. So, like, I just
Okay.
figured it was going to be more aligned with what I've seen in the past. But it was fun. I think if I was going to give it a rating, it'd probably be like a 6.5. But yeah, how'd you guys feel? So we watched Perfect Blue, which is another movie from this director. Like, how do you think they compared? Because they were very different stories. And big shout out to Pete from What Do You Say Anime for bringing this to our attention. I would not have put two and two together.
yeah, I mean, as far as like comparisons, I don't think they was on the same level as psychological, the psychological level, but there towards the end, without spoilers, of course, there towards the end, it it kind of done that little switch around on us. Y'all know what I'm talking about, obviously.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like that was a little bit of Satoshi Kon coming out in that story. That was a mild version of that type of stuff. So, do y'all agree with that?
I definitely do agree with that. Perfect Blue, like it just wasn't for me. I don't mind getting mind fucked, but it just like wasn't for me. But I thought he did a good job of like keeping it a buck about how it is being like homeless. Like we saw several moments, like Dan said, like this could be somebody's life, like for real. Cool, like there's a lot of like coincidental things or like the Christmas miracles that come in, but like still kept it a buck. There were some thrilling moments for sure where you just like weren't sure what's gonna happen, but definitely a very different feel from Perfect Blue, and I'm assuming Paprika as well by how Dan has talked about it.
Yeah, I think for me, I liked Perfect Blue more as a story because like this was like a very slow build up to the like climax of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Perfect Blue is a fucking roller coaster. And it was just blowing your mind the entire time. Obviously, there was one very graphic scene that we talked about on episode 39 when we watched it, which left us all traumatized.
Yes.
But that movie was a fucking roller coaster. And this just seemed a little more of like a slow burn kind of thing. You know, like we didn't get like a twist until the very end.
No, it was just like it was a feel good. It definitely wasn't just a feel good.
Yeah, I think Perfect Blue is probably my favorite out of the two. I don't think I've watched any other Satoshi Kon works. I know I haven't seen Paprika. I don't know what else he does, but you know, Perfect Blue was just very fun to watch for me.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I think that they both stand on their, they're very separate, very different vibes. But they stand up pretty well, each one of them. But now, guys, this is the spoiler zone. We are about to get into the actual plot, ask some very deep questions. So if you have not seen this movie, Tokyo Godfathers, cover your ears. Or better yet, go watch the movie and listen along.
We got to get a spoiler zone, like sound drop. Like
Spoiler zone. Spoiler zone. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I'll figure that out.
All right, bet.
Spoiler zone.
Maybe a drum roll at the end.
Let's take it from here.
Guys, I want y'all to know this is like how half our meetings go. We're just making random sound effects. Okay, but guys, to start into our spoiler zone, I really want to start off with Hana again because she really popped the movie off. Like this is all her doing, really. Do you guys think Hana's past like influenced her decision making to take care of that baby? We knew she like grew up on the streets, so you guys think that like played some role in the initial like, hey, we can't just leave this kid out here.
Well, did it say she grew up on the streets? I thought she grew up obviously leading a very different life than like
I think she grew up in a drag bar, right?
She worked there for a long time, but she had said, I think specifically she said that she was like in and out of like foster care and shit like that, and spent a lot of time on the streets and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. I don't know if it's necessarily for that. I mean, you hear her say that like she didn't have a mother and she wasn't going to let this baby not have a mother. And I think that was the consensus of why she did this. Also, she really wanted a child, and she can obviously not have her own.
Have one. Yeah.
So I think a lot went into that, based on what like her past, like you're saying.
True.
That's what I was going to say too, because she's obviously trans, and she can't have kids, so she took this upon herself to make the best of the situation, basically. So
yeah, for sure. I think it's just her character in general. I think she's just a very caring person. but also, yeah, her past. I think she didn't want to see that kid like be like her abandoned. But yeah, I think there's some good answers right there. But like once after that, like we kind of saw the whole little gang, our little family here, kind of head back to their little box house, which was pretty nice for a box house. I'm not gonna hold you. Um,
Tarps and shit.
yeah, like they weren't doing too bad. They weren't doing too bad. But during this scene, like again, lied about like his story, saying his like daughter died and his wife died, and like, why do you think he like even like went that direction with that shit?
So this I'm trying to think of the right way to word this. You see it a lot with homeless people where they lie to get money from people, and I think he kind of just fell into that, and kind of like that made up story became his headcanon essentially. Like
Right.
you see homeless people out there lying about being veterans, you see this, you see that, like whatever they can do to get a buck. You never know if that cardboard sign is true or not. And I think he kind of just fell into a headcanon of this is my life, this is what happened. Even though deep down he knew it was not at all, and he was actually a dirtbag.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
I think that's why he did it. I think he just like felt sorry for himself, and it maybe made him feel a little better about it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we go on to learn like he actually just like gambled his family into debt and like just couldn't go face them anymore. And Hana like even like just jumps all over him when like he's getting reunited with his daughter. And it was just like, yeah, you're a deadbeat, like you're a coward, like you're a drunk, all this stuff. And like was she like in the right there? I thought she kind of came out of pocket, especially considering like he had just paid all her medical bills.
Yeah, that's where it got really fucked up for me, because I was like,
Pretty
he
much
literally
his
just
savings.
his
Yeah.
life savings,
His
which he
that
was saving to buy his daughter a gift, even though he had not been in her life for God knows how long. And she went in on him, and I was like taken aback by that scene, and like they animated it so well where you could just see like how pissed off Hana was during this.
true, true.
Yeah.
What about you, my man?
I mean, she definitely had a point, but obviously she could have done it in a softer way. But considering where she grew up at, being raised in the drag bar and stuff like that, it's a different vibe. She don't know soft, so like she tells it how it is, and that's what she did. She told it how it was. Um, and I think they done a really good job of explaining her explaining herself on why she did it to Miyuki after.
Mhm.
Um, which I mean, it wasn't needed, I don't think, but they did it anyways, and I'm glad that they did. So
That's true. Yeah, like I think
yeah,
she said after that, like something along the lines of like, she speaks her truth and that's like what keeps her her.
yeah.
And I thought that was pretty dope. Like
But that,
that was
and they went
cool.
into that story about the monsters or whatever. So
Yeah, the red and the blue
yeah,
devils. And like I've heard this story somewhere else in an anime. And I think
it's
we covered it on
popular.
the show. Has did we cover that anime on the show? I just can't remember which anime it was.
Well, like I said, it's popular. It's a popular trope. It's like a folklore or whatever. The
Yeah, it's an
red
actual like
oni and
story.
blue
Yeah.
oni. It's like in like a lot of different anime. I think ReZero has it. Uh, I
It
think
was
Darling in the Bronx
ReZero.
has
It
it.
was ReZero. I remember that.
Uh,
Yeah.
so Darling in the Bronx, ReZero. Like there's a lot honestly.
Okay.
That does this. There was one that done like red ogres and blue ogres. That might have been ReZero.
Yeah, I think that's
Uh,
what it was.
Most of them's
Um,
the red and blue devils though. So
yeah. Because it's an actual like it's a literary reference. Like it's actually in a story from like a book. So I thought that's cool that they brought it back up. And I didn't realize that until I heard it again. I was like, no, okay, now what's going on? Like I gotta go look at what this is. It's from the book. I think it's called True English. Not sure who made it or when it was made, but yeah, it's some real shit. Um, so
Yeah,
now that we can go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, I think that story pretty well fit the whole situation there, though, with Hana being, obviously the red Oni and Gin being the blue Oni in that situation. So
True. Yeah, I thought it was very fitting. She pulled it out at the right time. But now that we can kind of like speak more, I guess, openly here, like, what was y'all's favorite parts of this film? Like, there something like stuck out that was like, yeah, this is pretty dope, or something that was really bad.
So I got to take back my favorite character because it's actually the taxi driver.
what?
Because
Okay.
those scenes were so funny. Like, it was classic car chase shit. Like, jump in the
Yes.
taxi, chase down that car. And I was cracking up during this, especially when Honda's just like, fucking drive, bro. Like, no, I'm going to chase that truck. You know, I have no money. You already gave me a ride before. Do it.
Yeah, that was a badass scene.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck. He even like went in the building with the taxi. Like, he was going so hard.
Yeah, dude. He's driving down like a hallway in basically a mall. Like, this is straight out of an action movie. And during this whole truck chase scene, like with Gin on the fucking bicycle, keeping up with a box truck, jumping onto the side, getting smashed against a wall, and Hana's just like, "You're more of an action hero than I've ever seen, dude." I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, it was
probably
sick.
my favorite scene.
Yeah, that was dope. I think mine was. Man, this is tough. I really like this movie actually, but I think mine was at the end where like Hana's like on like the banner thing and she's like floating down. I thought that was. I just don't know why. I thought that was super fucking cool. That was the Christmas miracle in my mind with like the sun coming up. I thought it was really cool.
Dude, she had the power of God and anime on her side.
Yeah, and like that whole sequence with Miyoki like doing her best negotiator impression on top of the building. Those two combined, I was like, this is ludicrous.
So, actually,
well-
go first. I'll bring it up after.
Well, my favorite scene was the scene with the cats, all the cats.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
Jin he jokes about eating a cat, and then Miyuki gets upset, and then all the cats get upset, and they all start meowing, and you got like 50 cats meowing angrily at Gin, and I love that scene. It made me laugh out loud.
That was a good one. And like she was like threatened to kill him. And I think she would have done it. Like I really think she
damn daddy, bro.
Yeah, she would have killed Gin if he would have tried some shit. And that's what made it even funnier, is like she will actually kill you. Like she's not kidding. What were you gonna say, Dad?
So one thing I thought was really interesting is how Hana, being a trans woman, was she almost seemed like a devout religious person. She was talking about God all the time, and I think that's just really
It's true.
bizarre to me because most religions like would cast her aside. So I thought it was really interesting that she had that like aspect in her life, even with everything she's been through and being a trans woman. So I thought that was really unique. Like that kind of like surprised me a lot.
That was very surprising, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like she was kind of being sarcastic at times, though. So, I'm not sure if that's just me or not. Because, I mean, imagine like how many times they actually go to like something like that, like the food lines and stuff that have like the services and stuff. Like, I feel like that she was kind of being sarcastic in some ways.
I don't know.
Maybe that's just me.
I didn't think so. Like she was sitting there with like her hands clasped and like she shut Gin up like whenever he started talking. And like she definitely said like a few times like God like really loves this baby. I thought she was being really sincere about it.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, their lives were saved by this holy baby multiple times. I mean, they should have been smoked by a Mack truck. She floated down like an angel with wings, holding on to a freaking banner. Like, I was just like, damn, homie's really finding God in this moment right here.
What do you
For
What do you
real.
think about the little car that almost run her over? That was like littler than her in the beginning. After
don't
the paint
remember.
falls.
After the paint falls.
Yeah, they after the paint falls and almost hits them or whatever, they keep on walking. Then they get to a crosswalk, and she turns around, looks back again at Miyuki, and it's a car that was smaller than a Volkswagen Bug,
Yeah.
runs over some other people walking in a crosswalk.
It's God's baby, dude.
It 100% is. And you have the Mack truck. That baby wasn't going to die. Not this Christmas season. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool scene. I think there's so many like cool coincidences like that. It's like easy to forget about some of them. So I'm glad you brought that up, Tyler. Like really. But yeah, I think the strongest part of this film for me is when they all got separated. Because like I think we got to see them all be their own person and just not how they are related to each other. Like you have Miyuki hanging out with the Latino people. I think the gang members or her husband, that lady's husband was a gang member, and her like showing pictures of her family to the wife. Like, did y'all think that was that was crucial to me for liking this? Like, what did you guys think about that whole section of the movie? Like, Gen getting beat up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because we kind of saw them all hit very low points in those scenes beforehand. I mean, Yuki got freaking kidnapped and used as a human shield. Gen got the shit kicked out of him. And like, it was cool to see that happen. But then later in the movie, again, they all get separated. Well, I guess Gen gets separated, but you see all their conviction come together to find this baby and like really succeed at their goal because they thought they did. Well, Hana and Miyuki thought they did, and obviously they fucked up on that one big time. But it was cool to see like everybody's conviction come together to really help this child out. So
true. Tyler, I'm gonna ask you a question because like usually I'd say probably the most perceptive out of all of us.
Oh no, I don't think that's true.
Oh shit. Okay, well you I'm already lining it up to you. I'm pitching already. So before we learned that Miyuki stabbed her father, did you have any guesses about why she was on the streets? Because she had said before, I can go back home, but then she was like, I might get arrested if I do. Like, what did you think about her?
I didn't really know why she left home. I thought maybe for a minute, she might have been getting like abused or something, and she run off because of that. But then she said something about a warrant on herself or whatever, and I didn't think those things was related. I thought maybe, she's a kid, so like she got a warrant because she was, after she became homeless, after she became a runaway, maybe she like done some, like stole some stuff or like, was in somewhere that she didn't belong and, got in trouble with the law that way. I didn't know that she actually got in trouble for stabbing her dad.
Which was wild.
Yeah.
Over a cat.
With no evidence of like why I still haven't figured out like why she decided to stab her dad over the missing cat, I believe. She didn't even have any proof that it was him that made it go missing, right?
Yeah, she's got a screw loose for sure.
Yeah, I think there's some assumed context there that the dad did not like the cat. That's all I can think.
Yeah, I mean, because she says like you don't care about anybody but yourself after she stabs him. Thought it was crazy, and I also loved the moment when she like called him, but didn't say anything on the phone. He was like, "Are you okay?" And like she was like, "Damn, he does care about me." I love that shit. It was really cool.
Yeah, touching moment. It was just whack as hell though. When she stabbed him, I mean,
it was whack.
Yeah. I was like, why? Why are we stabbing your daddy? Like, come on now. I only think she's got a mom, right?
She does. Remember, she prays all the time. She does like this.
Yeah, her mom was like hiding in the corner, like, oh my God, terrifying.
Yeah.
What is this chick gonna do now?
One thing I thought was really interesting, based on that scene and seeing Miyuki, was like you could see how much weight she lost, like being on the
Yes.
streets. Like she was a plump little teenager,
Yes, she was a little pudgy. Yeah.
and she was a lot thinner after living on the streets for like 6-8 months or whatever it was. So I thought that was cool that they actually showed that transition. I mean, you're not eating good and you're not eating a lot when you're homeless. So
Right. Yeah, I definitely noticed that too. I thought it was a good little detail they did.
And I don't think her character, like what we've seen out of her character before we actually realized that she stabbed her dad and stuff like that. I don't think her character made her seem like she was that type of person, though. I thought her character was kind of, nice and respectable. Even because she would literally go get milk and stuff from the store when she in the freezing cold when she was asked. Like she picked up the book and traded food for it because they had a baby. Like that, those are things that someone that stabs their dad don't do. So,
yeah,
in my
but
opinion.
spitting on pedestrians is something that shitheads do. So like I think she like it's an interesting concept of this movie because we have like the combination of found family, but also finding your family. Because I mean, this ragtag group of homeless people was really a family. Like they gave
Yes.
me that vibes, but they all had their past and they all had their different families, and it was cool to like Bastard of the Redemption arc. It was cool to see it all come full circle.
Yeah, definitely was. Speaking of like, I don't know if it's like a redemption arc, but like definitely coming full circle, like Miyuki, like going from calling Hana Uncle Bag to Miss Hana was pretty cool for me. And it happened like so gradually. And then eventually Hana actually said, like, yo, yeah, I'm not Uncle Bag anymore. Like, what's up with that? She's like, nah, you're Miss Hana now.
I liked Uncle Bag. That was a funny ass nickname.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like just seeing them all grow and face their demons for the most part. Miyuki still got some work to do.
Just I feel like at the end, she was taking care of the baby a lot more than she was at the beginning, and especially when she got separated during the wedding or whatever. I think she changed a lot during those times. I don't think her previous self would have been able to call her dad.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure. Like that was a big turning point for her. Um, that's when we started. Like, I started to kind of like realize like she's not a bad person. She's just a little lost right now, and she's like a teenager. She's a kid, still figuring it out. But yeah, I think outside of that, we just got a couple questions left, and we'll get through them. But I want to. How did you guys feel when we found out that Shashiko like wasn't the real mom? Was actually the baby thief, the kidnapper, the OG?
I was pissed.
I was like, oh no, this bitch really crazy.
I was pissed. And like, I mean, this whole plot of this movie could have been resolved by, like doing the right thing from the start and just bringing a baby to the police station.
Yes.
And yeah, they really screwed the pooch on that one.
No, they really did. And like it was just bad luck on their end because like they met her on that bridge. They were trying to save her ass like from suicide. And like she's like, oh, I get to kidnap the baby again. But her trying to like breastfeed the kid, like that was really eerie. That made my skin crawl. That was odd.
Yeah, that is a different level of you belong in an insane asylum. Like
Yeah.
You did I guess so she was pregnant and her baby unfortunately passed. So I guess we don't have context on when that happened. So maybe she had some
It happened
things
really
going-
recently.
yeah.
Because she stole her while she was in the hospital.
Yeah, some say maybe she had some of the breast milk going on, I don't know.
She was lactating.
That's the word.
Dan's struggling, y'all.
I'm ready for 2 days off of work.
Okay, very good. I don't think that was on his bingo card for tonight. But yeah, and then like the transition to like the scene with her and Miyuki. I keep calling her Miyuku. Thoughts on her negotiator skills?
They were not very good.
Yeah, it was very confrontational.
Yeah, and the fact that Sashiko jumped or tried to jump, she does not pass that test. She cannot work for the police.
She might as well just told him to jump at this point.
Fucking jump, you won't, pussy.
If you was going to, you would have already.
What the fuck are you thinking? Oh man.
When that scene happened, I was like, there's no way this teenager is gonna talk this delusional lady down that stole a baby and left it in the trash. There's no way. So
yeah, real life they would have jumped. But
yeah, I did really like how her husband, after seeing those pictures of them so happy in the past, had that change of heart though, and was starting to move in the right direction, and was like yelling at Sashiko, like, "Don't jump. We can be reborn," is the word they used in the subtitles. Yes. And then she's like, "I'll see you there, Chief. I'm gonna get a head start on it." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, crazy. "What?"
It was crazy.
At least throw the baby like back onto the roof. Don't fucking yeet off with a child.
Then,
making a lot of decisions for people that are not you.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit.
And then when she was just hanging there, she was like, "Just take the baby." And I'm like, "Al, you're telling a teenager to stop holding on to a grown woman and grab the baby in a split second and without falling over the edge themselves." Like, that's a lot, bro. Like, why not just throw the baby over or something? Like, I mean, the baby's gonna probably be hurt, but it's snow up there. At least it's not 100 foot down or whatever. So
she's beyond dumb.
Yeah, I don't think I can even imagine the strength required to continue hanging on and then using the momentum of your other arm to yuck a baby over a ledge. Like, I don't think she could pull that off.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, the story closed out, and like, everybody went to the hospital. Baby reunited with the family. It's kind of an abrupt ending, but I think that's pretty much it. Not much happened after we got that whole scene on top of the roof and then falling down.
I mean, we had our final massive coincidence of the movie, and it was that Miyuki's father was the inspector in charge of this case.
Oh, yeah.
So we have our final family reunion for redemption. We see Hana meet up with Mother again at the hostess bar, and they reconnected. We see Gin meet his daughter, reconnect there. I mean, he got her number. Like, they're probably going to meet up down the line if Gin wants to, which I think he does at this point. And we get to see Miyuki make that step back towards joining her family and getting off the streets. So
yes, that's true. That's true.
I thought that was a pretty big plot point.
I may have stopped the movie before I got to that point each time I watched it. May have done that by accident. I think somebody called me and I was like, "Oh, this is the end," and I like just went off and started talking to people each time. Actually, 2 different people.
Oh no.
So I gotta finish watching the movie. Shit. I was like, that was abrupt. I was in my mind. I was like, this is a shitty ending.
Yeah. Gin lights up a cigarette and Bass is like, "All right, I'm out."
Pretty much. It's pretty much what happened.
Smoking in a hospital, and he's like, "All right, that's the end. I'm out."
Credits about to roll, baby.
Yep. So don't get distracted when you watch at the end, guys.
One thing I would like to bring up though that I have kind of an issue with. So the Miyuki's dad was a police chief or something, right?
Yeah.
Investigator, something like that. Why the hell did he not try to find his daughter? And she's obviously been living out on the streets for so long. I feel like that if you're in that position, you wouldn't let your daughter stay out on the streets where it's dangerous. Like you literally have a position that most others do not, and you still allowed it to happen.
But what are you gonna do? Like,
yeah,
bring
you
her
can't
home she's gonna like run away again.
You
Use
can't
your
mobilize
investigative skills and your like shit at the office. Like you literally have more resources than a normal person, and a normal person would be out there running the streets every day.
I
right?
think they definitely did that to start, but after so long of not having any success, you kind of you can't just keep throwing taxpayer resources at a personal problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he did get
I-
on the phone when he saw her on the train.
Yeah.
Immediately got on the phone and started calling people. But
I just,
yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know. That's one thing I didn't really understand, I guess, but it's not a big deal. Like it's just, I had plot purposes, I guess. You know what I mean? So
That's true. That's true. We wouldn't have a Miyuki. Yuki. Okay.
Miyuki. So
Cool. Is that it for Tokyo Godfathers?
That is it.
Awesome. Definitely go check out the movie if you haven't yet. So next week we'll be doing some New Year's topics coming up on the end of 2023. Note that the episodes are not going to release on their normal schedule. With the holidays, we're not around and we've got to go spend time with our families because we're not dirtbags like some of the cast of this movie.
again,
We are going to be doing a Degenerate award show. I don't know if we've come up with a name yet. I'm leaning towards the DGs, like the
Ooh.
Dundies from The Office.
Okay.
But these are not going to be your normal award categories you see in anime. So this should be really fun. And I don't know what else we're doing, but we'll figure something out. Make sure, like Bass said, tell your friends if they're into anime culture. Tell them to give us a listen, rate the podcast on your favorite platform, and come hang out on our Discord, linktree.com/Anime Degens. We hope everybody has a very, very, very merry, happy holiday time, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
later.